Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, and drop me a comment, and by all means, share it with someone you might get something out of it. On that, we're going to get right into the reading today, guys. It's called Dealing with Gossip. It's something we all need to learn to deal with. Dealing with gossip. In accordance with the principles of recovery, we try not to judge, stereotype, or moralize with each other. Let's face it, in recovery, we live in a glass house of sorts. Our fellow members know more about our personal lives than anyone ever has known before. We share who we spend our time with, where we work, and about our families. And so much more. We may be unhappy when others gossip about us, but if we withdraw from the fellowship to avoid gossip, if we choose to isolate, we rob ourselves of the love, friendship, and unparalleled support that our fellow members have to offer. A better way to deal with gossip is to accept things the way they are and the way we are, and to live according to our spiritual principles. The more secure we become in our personal program, the decisions we make, and the guidance we receive from a loving God, the less the opinions of others will concern us. The affirmation is, just for today, I am committed to being involved in the Recovery Fellowship. The opinions of others will not affect my commitment to recovery. Okay, guys, this is a tough one. You gotta look into, right? Unfortunately, gossip is something that's just there. But as this reading suggests, guys, if you work your program to the best of your ability, yes, there might be somebody who's having a hard time, may want to deflect attention from themselves, and they may try to paint you in a light that isn't flattering or is flat out false. The thing to remember, guys, is everything comes out in the wash, and that's something I've always believed and I've always seen true. One thing I'm very fortunate in that I enjoy taking accountability. I'm not necessarily enjoying at times, but it's something I've regularly done, and I've gained enormous strength from it and respect from that. We all make mistakes, and we all get lied on from time to time. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you look worse trying to defend yourself against somebody that's wrong than if you just let it go, don't feed into the negativity, and just work your programs to the best of your ability. If you continuously do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, if you're always helping other people, if you're being honest and sharing, and somebody wants to talk shit about you, then they're just going to look like an idiot, and your fellow members around you are going to see that. Excuse me, allergies are brutal today. I think it's the rain that's about to come in. Guys, let it go. It's not that big a deal. People see, and again, even if it may paint you in a bad light for a minute, and you may get upset, and you may feel bad about it, everything comes out in the wash. If you continue to stand up, rise above, do the extra, go the extra mile and stand out for the right reasons over and over and over again, anybody's bullshit gossip is not going to hold any weight. Guys, people see what goes on, not just listening. Yeah, they might hear something and might be having a bad day, and they might, listen to it because, it's juicy gossip. But if it's true, then let it go. We're here to take accountability. Anybody, learn from it. Don't repeat your mistakes, and then just let them go. Don't hold any remorse. People in the program shouldn't be focusing on that, and the vast majority are not going to. Yes, nobody's perfect. No place is perfect, all right? There's going to be one or two that are, in there for the wrong reason, having a bad day, blah, 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 blah. Again, you don't dwell on that. And this is why we give you the tools that we give, and not even give each other. This is why we are given a set of tools to deal with situations like this. Guys, just because we're in recovery and we're trying to step up and we're trying to be better people, doesn't make anybody perfect. Doesn't mean everybody's there for the right reason. It's like anything else in life. You're going to go to places, and there's going to be somebody that's going to look at something and develop their own opinion, and it's probably going to be way off bat, but you can't concern yourself with that. The whole point of recovery is learning to deal with these situations, just like anywhere else, guys. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because these are safe spaces. We do want people to feel comfortable and confident in sharing confidentiality. We do have, we do press the anonymity thing, but you know what? It's not perfect, and more often than not, when people get upset with somebody else, it's because you're harboring resentment for yourself. You're carrying some remorse for something else, or somebody else is just flat out wrong. But again, let it go. Guys, all it's going to do is you're allowing them to rent space in your head without paying for it, and that doesn't make any sense, okay? All that can possibly come out of that is you building a resentment and causing damage to your recovery program. Don't feed into it. Rise above. Let it go. I know there's been plenty of times people talk shit about my behind my back, particularly as I've really stepped my game up and completely changed my life. I've had to take accountability for so much bullshit that I did. But you know what, guys? It's shit that I did. It's situations I put myself in. It's having to, walk on eggshells around people that are still making the mistakes that I used to make, and try to show them the proper way to do it without coming off as holier than thou and thinking that making them think that I think I'm better than they are now because I'm doing better. No, I don't worry about them. Like, I'm not here to condemn anybody. The only person I can condemn is my previous actions. And I've condemned them and I've let them go and I've moved on and I'm making amends for it, and therefore it's all good. I only dwell on these, I don't even dwell on them, but I only bring these things up as a place to show that what I've overcome and what I've stopped doing and what my life used to be like as compared to what my life is like today. And that's beautiful. Because I don't worry about the gossip, right? And because I've chosen to let it go and rise above, people don't come at me with gossip anymore. The vast majority of what I find, and particularly, and that's the other thing, guys, find a good reason, a good meeting. The meeting that I go to, my home group, one thing we don't deal with is people gossiping on other people. Yeah, somebody may say something out of turn, inadvertently, but we're not, we've got a good group of people. We're supportive. We're there to help each other, lift each other up, carry somebody through a bad day, not hold somebody back, not put somebody down, not make somebody feel bad. And there's people there that aren't perfect, okay? But again, there's nobody there maliciously trying to take anybody else out. More often than not, guys, if you feel that way and it's bothering you that much, it's got something to do with you. It's not even, if you look into it and you work, you apply these principles, you work your steps, you talk to your sponsors, talk to other people in your home group, you'll find it's something else bothering you and you're just deflecting. And I'm not saying that to call you out, but that's what we all do. I've done it myself a million times. Fortunately, not so much lately because I am working these spiritual principles. I have stepped up and I do go the extra mile to try to do the best I can. Again, and I'm the first to call myself out publicly here online every day. I don't do anything perfectly. I've made mistakes. I've caught myself slipping here and there. And the thing it is, guys, because I work the program to the extent that I do, I catch myself slipping on little shit, not big stuff. Like when I slip today, it's not because I'm stuck a needle in my arm. It's not because I've taken a drug of any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I may not be perfect, but I'm certainly mountains away from where I used to be, and I'm not slipping in ways that are going to get me thrown in jail or going to get me thrown out of my house or are going to cause me to lose, not even a job. I work for myself now. I've been, given the opportunity to start my business. Guys, these are the things that happen when you work a recovery program. Early on, I talked about, as a matter of fact, I just referenced it the other day. I had this situation where I'd taken payment to move a bunch of heating oil from one property to another for the girls who were receiving the oil were the ones that paid me. And then I ended up in rehab before getting it done, and months go by, and when I was such a mess when I took the job, I didn't realize the extent of the work involved in it. It's a lot of work transferring oil from one property to another without, anyway. So I screwed myself hard on it, right? But when I get out and I got the opportunity to make amends on that, I went and I did the job. And I actually ended up doing double the amount of work for the same amount of money. And guys, it literally was like 5 full days of work for like, I don't even remember how much it was, a couple $100, under $300. It was insane. But I did so. And I did so gratefully. I was very happy to have the opportunity to make amends, and I did so because it made me feel better about myself, and I showed everybody. Well, the point of bringing this up, guys, is I mentioned it yesterday that same customer now has called me to offer me some more work. I was at the house today, that same house, replacing a water heater, got paid well to do that. And because I've done the work I have done, and the former plumber doing the work there is going in the opposite direction, I was offered the job to do an oil to gas conversion and install a brand new boiler there. Guys, I just put out a quote that it's gonna be the single best paying job I've done yet. It's my first company's commercial boiler install. And boiler installs are a big job, and they pay incredibly well. And that's huge, guys. And that's going to open the door for me to have the opportunity as these boilers come up on about nine or 10 or more different properties. Any of them that need to be done are now going to be mine to do. And that's just going to open up the door for even more. That person recommended me, somebody else called me this afternoon, excuse me, and I got to go do a bid on a complete bathroom, building a bathroom in a house where there isn't one, and there's a few more of those coming down. Guys, these are the jobs that pay, thousands and if not tens of thousands of dollars. But it's because I've made, rather than worrying about somebody gossiping about me, I've stood up and met my prior mistakes head on and making amends for those, and done so in the most generous, compassionate, kindest way without deflecting and just taking ownership. I literally stood up and said, guys, I'm sorry. I had a problem. I had to put myself in the hospital. I'm doing good now. I'll make it up to you. And I did double the work, and I did what I said I would do. And here it is, 7 months later, boom, now it's opening the door for amazing opportunities for me, as I talk about constantly. And this is just a prime example of how. But again, and these are all things because I put my focus where it needs to be, on my accountability, where I can make my life better, where I can make my decisions better, my internal dialogue better, where I can be a better person and not worry about somebody else talking shit about me. I've walked away from those things, and I've focused on building what I can, changing the things that I can change, accepting the things that I can't, and then having the wisdom to know the difference. Guys, it's not just a slogan, it's a way to live. And when you do so, you rise above. Like, there's nobody sitting back gossiping about me at this point, because I've taken everything head on, day in and day out for this entire year. The year of 2025 has been the most amazing year of my life. Like, my progress, what I've managed to overcome in this year, because I take these spiritual principles to heart. It's not something I've been able to do, because I've been here for every other year for the last 30 years not doing it and wanting to. Every dream I've had is coming into fruition because I finally stopped thinking I had all the answers, and stopped thinking I was the man and I was this and I was that, and understanding I was just a lost sheep that needed a major overhaul. So I've taken suggestions, and I've taken help, and I've asked for help, and I've taken accountability. And I haven't, and that's the thing, guys. I even catch myself occasionally gossiping about people, and it sucks because I consider myself a standout. I try to be a leader, but I'm still occasionally guilty of gossip when I'm having a bad moment. But I catch myself and I stop wherever possible. I keep it curtailed as much as possible, and I don't ever do it in a recovery meeting setting, because I understand I'm talking about people that are, the only people I'm gossiping about are people that are still out there actively using and running amok and crashing cars, and I'm just relaying public information at that point. But still, I'm not proud of it, because I should be doing more to try to help those people. And I have. I've reached out everywhere I can and try to help. And once I get, laughed at and told that somebody's having a, anyway, then that's a different story. But again, I'm not perfect. So I don't harbor any ill will for anybody that's gossiped about me in the past, because I did plenty of things to give them plenty to gossip about. But today I don't, and therefore today they can't. And that's the important thing at the end of the day, guys. If you just continue to step up and not worry about what anybody's saying, and just focusing on staying in your lane, doing the work that you need to do, improving in the areas that you need improvement, and just helping as many others behind you or beside you or in front of you, around you, just being that best version of you possibly can, then the gossip's going to fall away. And more often than not, when people, like today, I get feedback constantly that when people mention my name, it's because they can't believe how much weight I've gained, how much healthier I look, how much clearer my skin is, how much younger I look, how much, like things have gotten better, and people talk about that too. Basically, if you're doing bad and you're giving people shit to gossip about, then yeah, they're going to gossip. So focus on doing better. And when you stop doing bad and you start doing really well and you really step up in every area, all the gossip about you eventually is going to catch up. Guys, it takes time. You've got to start the change from inside, and you've got to work it repeatedly, and you've got to keep coming, depending on the totality of how much wreckage you left behind you. But if you continue to do so, eventually you're going to get past it. And the work you've done today to the good will overweigh the wreckage of your past, And the talk about you will go in that direction as well. Everything else, guys, it all goes together. It's all hand in hand. So we just gotta accept it, let it be what it is. Don't feed into it. Don't be negative. Certainly don't let it isolate you, because in the past that's what I allowed it to do. Any excuse to not be part of, because I didn't want to be gossiped about. Now better blah blah blah. No, man, it's part of life. No matter where you go, what you do, there's gonna be good and bad. There's gonna be things that aren't the way they should be, but you can't let it take you out. You gotta rise above. You gotta accept it for what it is. Change what you can, accept what you can't, and know the difference between the two, and just keep doing the best you can and rise above. Do better. Give them nothing to gossip about, and don't worry about the ones that are, because clearly at that point then they're just making shit up and they're just deflecting on their own, and people see that, guys. People see fake a mile away. Real knows real. Guys, that's the lesson today. Thank you so much. Always remember, God loves you. I love you. Thank you so very much. We'll see you in the next one.